Hey everyone, I'm Larry. Thanks for joining me here tonight. So, I was watching TV the other day, flipping through the channels, and what do I come across? They're rebooting Play Your Cards Right. Yeah, that's right, the classic game show with the cards and all that. But here's the kicker, they're doing it without Bruce Forsyth. Can you believe it? I mean, come on. Bruce Forsyth was Play Your Cards Right. He was the heart and soul of that show. You can't just reboot it without him. It's like trying to make a sandwich without bread. Sure, you can slap some meat and cheese together, but it's not the same. It's just not right. I can imagine the auditions for the new host. You know, some executive sitting behind a desk, saying, "We need someone to fill Bruce Forsyth's shoes." Who's got the charm, the wit, the ability to twirl a microphone like a baton? And then some poor guy walks in, all nervous, with a big smile plastered on his face. "Alright, mate, show us what you got," the executive says. And the guy starts doing his best Bruce Forsyth impression. "Nice to see you, well, not really, I'm just here for the audition." But it's not the same. It's like watching an impersonator at a casino in Vegas. Clothes, but no cigar. And you know what the worst part is? They're probably going to change the format, too. They'll try to make it all flashy and modern, with big LED screens and a DJ spinning tunes in the background. They'll bring in some celebrity guests to play the game, and it'll turn into a whole circus. But Play Your Cards Right was simple. It was elegant. It was just about guessing whether the next card was higher or lower. And Bruce Forsyth made it all come alive. He had that cheeky grin, that mischievous twinkle in his eye. He made you root for the contestants, and he made you laugh along the way. So, yeah, they can reboot Play Your Cards Right without Bruce Forsyth, but it just won't be the same. It'll be like a cheap knockoff, a pale imitation of the original. Some things are best left untouched, and Bruce Forsyth hosting Play Your Cards Right is definitely one of them.
Larry, guess what? I'm going to the beach.
The beach? Since when do you go to the beach?
Oh, come on, Larry. I'm a well-rounded individual. I can enjoy some sun and sand once in a while.
Well, I hope you're not planning on bringing a book. We both know you can't stand reading anything that doesn't have a picture of a shoe on it.
Ha ha, very funny. I'll have you know that I have a perfectly normal beach routine.
Normal? Define normal.
I apply sunscreen SPF 100, wear a giant hat to protect my porcelain skin, and carry a cooler filled with iced coffee. Oh, and let's not forget the oversized umbrella to create my own personal shade.
Well, I'm glad to see you're taking all the necessary precautions. Heaven forbid a single ray of sunshine touches your delicate epidermis.
You think I'm being excessive, don't you? Well, let me tell you, Larry, the beach is a dangerous place. It's like a war zone out there.
A war zone? What's the enemy? Seagulls?
Yes, seagulls. Those creatures have no respect for personal space. They're like airborne pickpockets, waiting to snatch your sandwich.
You know, I've always wondered why you insist on bringing sandwiches to the beach. It's like a secret seagull society invited you for lunch.
And don't even get me started on sand. It's relentless. It gets everywhere, and I mean everywhere. It's like an invasive species that infiltrates your life.
You know, I heard there's a support group for people traumatized by sand. They meet in a basement to avoid any accidental contact with their nemesis.
You know what? Forget it. I'll go to the beach alone. I don't need your sarcastic commentary.
Well, that went well. Let me tell you about my latest misadventure. So, the other day, I hopped on the subway like I usually do, just trying to get to my destination without any complications. But you know what they say about the best laid plans, right? So, there I am, sitting on the subway, minding my own business, when suddenly the train takes a turn I wasn't expecting. I start looking around, and I realize I'm surrounded by a bunch of colorful characters and cute animals. It felt like I stepped into a completely different world. I look up, and there's this big sign that says, "Welcome to Ni Hao, Kylon." Now, I gotta be honest with you, I had no idea what I stumbled upon. Apparently, it's a children's television show. And let me tell you, it's not exactly my cup of tea. So, I'm sitting there, trying to make sense of what's going on, and I see these adorable little kids on the screen, speaking Mandarin and teaching important life lessons. Now, I know a little bit of Spanish, but Mandarin? Forget about it. I couldn't understand a word they were saying. And here's the kicker, everyone on the train seemed so enthusiastic about it. They were singing along, clapping, and having a jolly good time. Meanwhile, I'm just sitting there like, what the heck is going on? Did I accidentally step into a parallel universe? I tried to play it cool, act like I belonged there. But it was tough. I felt like a fish out of water, or in this case, a comedian in a preschool show. I kept thinking, how did I end up on the wrong subway, and why couldn't it be a rerun of Seinfeld instead? Eventually, the train reached the next station, and I couldn't get off fast enough. I practically ran out of there, relieved to be back in the real world. I mean, don't get me wrong, I have nothing against Ni Hao, Kylon, or its fans, but it's just not my scene, you know? So, there you have it, folks. The day Jerry Seinfeld accidentally took the wrong subway and found himself in the colorful world of Ni Hao, Kylon. Sometimes, life throws you a curveball, and all you can do is laugh about it. And that's exactly what I did, once I got off that train. Crowd cheers. Kakler, I've been thinking about misheard lyrics lately. It's amazing how many songs we've been getting wrong all these years.
Oh, absolutely, Larry. Misheard lyrics are a goldmine of comedic misunderstandings. I mean, who hasn't sung the wrong words at the top of their lungs?
It's like we've been living in a lyrical fog. I mean, take that Elton John song, Tiny Dancer. I always thought he was singing, Hold Me Closer, Tony Danza.
Tony Danza. Oh, that's a good one, Larry. But let me tell you, my misheard lyrics take the cake. You remember that Creedence Clearwater Revival song, Bad Moon Rising?
Yeah, of course.
Well, for the longest time, I thought they were singing, There's a Bathroom on the Right.
A bathroom on the right? That's ridiculous, Kakler. It's There's a Bad Moon on the Rise.
Oh, really? Well, I must have had a serious case of bathroom obsession back then.
Misheard lyrics can be embarrassing, too. I once sang I Wanna Rock and Roll All Night and Part of Every Day. My friend looked at me like I was crazy.
Well, Larry, it's an easy mistake to make. Who wants to rock and roll all night and only part of every day? That's no fun.
And don't get me started on that Police song, Message in a Bottle. I used to think it was a year has passed since I wrote my note. I should have known this right from the start. Only hope can keep us together, 'cause shrimp are made of mayonnaise.
Shrimp are made of mayonnaise? Oh, that's priceless, Larry. But you know what they say, misheard lyrics are the spice of life.
You're right, Kakler. It's those little misinterpretations that add a touch of hilarity to our everyday lives. It's like a secret language that only we mishearers understand.
That's what makes us unique, Larry. We're the kings of misheard lyrics.
Fred, do you realize we've been waiting here for Yvonne for over 2 hours? She said she'd be back from the beach by now.
Yeah, I know. But you know Yvonne, Larry. When she says I'll be right back, it's like a time warp. She goes to the beach, and suddenly, hours turn into days.
Ah, the mysteries of time and space. I wonder if we should send out a search party.
Maybe we could hire those metal detector guys to find her. She's gotta be buried under a mountain of sunscreen by now.
You're probably right, Fred. I heard they found Jimmy Hoffa at the beach last week. Maybe Yvonne joined his union.
Wait a minute, Jimmy Hoffa? Wasn't he that guy who disappeared years ago?
That's right, Fred. And if anyone can vanish without a trace, it's Yvonne. She's got disappearing skills that would make Houdini jealous.
Hey, guys! You won't believe what happened at the beach. I got caught in a sandcastle building contest. It was intense.
A sandcastle building contest, huh? And let me guess, you won first place?
Well, no. But I did come in second. It was a tough competition, Larry. You should have seen those sand architects. They take it seriously.
Only you, Yvonne. Only you could get caught up in a sandcastle building contest.
Hey, don't knock it till you've tried it, Fred. Building sandcastles is a serious business. It's like architecture, but with grains of sand.
Well, Yvonne, next time you decide to disappear to the beach, give us a heads up. We were starting to think you got abducted by aliens or something.
Oh, come on, Larry. You know I'd never leave you guys hanging. Besides, who needs aliens when you have sandcastles?
Ladies and gentlemen, what's the deal with magical forces? I mean, one minute you're enjoying a nice day at the beach, soaking up the sun, and the next minute, boom. You're confronted with a sight that even I, Larry Feinberg, can't quite comprehend. So, picture this, I'm strolling along the shore, minding my own business, with Fluttershy, my dear friend from Ponyville. Now, I've seen some strange things in my life, but nothing prepared me for what was about to happen. Fluttershy, this sweet, timid little girl, gets hit by some sort of magical force. And I'm not talking about a mild transformation here, folks. Oh no! Fluttershy goes full-on mermaid mode, complete with a seashell bikini to match. I'm telling you, it was like a crossover episode gone wrong. Now, I've always thought Fluttershy was a little reserved, but this was taking it to a whole new level. I mean, I've seen her talk to animals, but becoming half fish? That's a whole new level of communication right there. But hey, who am I to judge? So there I am, standing on the beach, just watching this bewildering spectacle unfold. Fluttershy, now a mermaid, is splashing around in the water, trying to adjust to her new aquatic lifestyle. And me? Well, I'm just standing there, completely dumbfounded. You know, as a comedian, I'm used to observing the absurdities of life. But this was beyond my comedic comprehension. I couldn't even come up with a witty remark to save my life. I was just left thinking, what have I just witnessed? I mean, seriously, what kind of cosmic joke is this? But you know what? Life is full of surprises, and sometimes you just have to roll with it. So I decided to embrace the madness and join Fluttershy in the water. I figured, if my friend can adapt to being a mermaid, I can at least try to keep up. And let me tell you, folks, swimming alongside a half-girl, half-fish creature was an experience I'll never forget. We attracted quite a crowd, let me tell you. People were pointing, kids were screaming, and I just had to keep reminding myself that this was real life. In the end, though, I learned a valuable lesson from that day at the beach. Life is unpredictable, and sometimes you find yourself in the middle of a surreal situation that defies all logic. But hey, that's what makes life interesting, right? You never know when you're going to witness a mermaid Fluttershy rocking a seashell bikini. And as for me, well, I'm just grateful for the material. I mean, come on, a mermaid Fluttershy? That's comedy gold right there. So the next time life throws something totally bizarre your way, just remember to embrace the absurdity and see where it takes you. Anyway, what did the fish say when he ran into the wall? Damn! I can't believe Yvonne took the whole day off just to go to the beach.
Oh, you know Yvonne, Larry. She's always looking for an excuse to avoid work.
But why did she have to go today? I needed her to pick up my dry cleaning. Now I have nothing to wear for my big date tonight.
Oh no, Fred, the world is ending. How will you ever find something clean to wear?
It's not just any date, Kakler. It's with Amanda, the woman I've been trying to impress for weeks. And now, thanks to Yvonne, my chances are ruined.
Oh, I'm sure a stain on your shirt is really going to make or break the evening, Fred.
Hey, I've got an idea. Why don't you wear one of my Hawaiian shirts? They're a real conversation starter, you know.
Are you serious, Kakler? I can't show up to a fancy restaurant wearing a Hawaiian shirt.
Oh, come on, Fred. It'll make you stand out from the crowd. Besides, I guarantee Amanda won't forget you.
All right, maybe it's worth a shot. But only because I'm desperate.
Desperation is your middle name, Fred.
Sorry I'm late, guys. The beach traffic was insane.
Traffic? At the beach?
Yeah, you wouldn't believe it. I swear, every seagull in the tri-state area decided to have a convention on the boardwalk.
Fred, my friend, get ready to make a splash.
All right, fine. But if I get kicked out of that restaurant, it's on you, Kakler.
Hey, I'll take full responsibility for your fashion statement, my friend.
So, the other day, I had this wild experience. I was hanging out with my friend Fluttershy from My Little Pony, you know, the one with all the animals and the soft-spoken voice. Yeah, her. We were in New York City, and we needed to take the subway to get to our destination. Now, Fluttershy isn't really familiar with the city, so I was in charge of navigating. Big mistake. I should have known better. We hop on the subway, and I thought I had it all figured out. But apparently, somewhere along the way, we took a wrong turn. I mean, I'm no subway expert, but I swear I've never seen these stations before. It was like we were in a whole new world, a parallel universe, if you will. And you won't believe what happened next. We step out of the train, and there we were, surrounded by posters and billboards of the Wonder Pets. Can you imagine? Fluttershy and I accidentally stumbled into a universe where the only thing on TV is the Wonder Pets. Now, don't get me wrong. The Wonder Pets are great and all, but when that's all you have on TV, it's a whole different story. I mean, I love animals, but I don't need to watch a turtle, a hamster, and a duckling go on rescue missions every single day. It's like they're the only superheroes in town. New York City needs more variety. Fluttershy was actually kind of excited about it. She thought it was a sign that she could join forces with the Wonder Pets and help them save the day. But me? I just wanted to find the way back home. I mean, come on, I had a comedy career to attend to. We spent hours trying to navigate through this bizarre parallel universe, asking people for directions. But all they could talk about was the latest episode of the Wonder Pets. It was like they were obsessed. They knew every detail, every catchphrase. It was a Wonder Pets mania, I tell you. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, we managed to find our way back to our universe. I tell you, it was a relief to see familiar sights and sounds again. But you know what? That whole experience got me thinking. Maybe there's a lesson to be learned here. We live in a world with so much variety, so many different shows, and yet, sometimes we take it for granted. We get caught up in our routines, watching the same things over and over. But let me tell you, folks, there's a whole universe out there beyond the Wonder Pets. So, the next time you're channel surfing and you come across the Wonder Pets, give it a watch, appreciate it for what it is. But then, switch it up, explore different shows, different genres. Trust me, it'll make you appreciate the wonders of television even more. And remember, always double-check the subway maps. You never know where you might end up. Well, that's all my jokes for now. Thanks again, everyone. Have a great night. Thanks for coming out. Throws confetti and exits the stage.
It's a disaster.